History is full of surprises. It's a tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tragedy, of the expected and the unbelievable. From the shortest war ever fought to a book that seemingly predicted the Titanic disaster, the past is littered with events that leave us speechless. Step back in time with Think Pops and discover 15 incredible historical facts that will leave you amazed. We will journey from the bustling streets of plague-ridden London to the sun-drenched fields where Napoleon met his match, not against an army of soldiers, but an army of rabbits. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare to be amazed, because the truth, as they say, is often stranger than fiction. Stick around for number 15, it's unbelievable. The year is 1666. London, a city teeming with life and commerce, is gripped by a terror unseen but ever-present, the bubonic plague. Carried by fleas that infested rats, the disease tore through the city, leaving a trail of death and despair in its wake. But from the ashes of tragedy, sometimes rises an unexpected savior. In September of that year, a fire broke out in a baker's shop on Pudding Lane. The Great Fire of London, as it came to be known, raged for days, consuming everything in its path. While the fire brought immense destruction, it also inadvertently brought an end to the plague's reign of terror. The flames devoured the homes of both Londoners and rats, decimating the flea population and with it, the plague itself. Napoleon Bonaparte, the very name conjures images of a brilliant military strategist, a man who conquered nations and redrew the map of Europe. Yet even the most formidable figures can be humbled, and in Napoleon's case, it was an army of bunnies that delivered the blow. Intending to impress his men with a grand display of his hunting prowess, Napoleon arranged a rabbit hunt. Hundreds of rabbits were gathered, ready to be released for the emperor's amusement. However, these were no ordinary rabbits. Accustomed to being fed by their caretakers, the rabbits mistook Napoleon for their benefactor, and instead of fleeing in terror, charged towards him in a fluffy stampede. The emperor, caught off guard, was forced to beat a hasty retreat, thoroughly outmaneuvered by his furry adversaries. The Eiffel Tower, a symbol of Parisian elegance and architectural ingenuity, holds a secret within its iron latticework. It's not a hidden room or a secret passage, but a peculiar quirk of physics. The Eiffel Tower, you see, is not content with a static existence. It breathes, it expands, it grows. During the warmer months, as the Parisian sun bathes the tower in its warmth, the iron structure undergoes a remarkable transformation. The heat causes the iron to expand, and like a flower reaching for the sky, the Eiffel Tower grows taller, sometimes by as much as 15 centimeters. This phenomenon, known as thermal expansion, is a testament to the power of nature and a reminder that even the most seemingly inanimate objects are subject to its influence. 3,000-year-old honey is still edible. Deep within the arid sands of Egypt, entombed within ancient pyramids, lies a testament to the enduring power of nature's pantry, honey. This isn't just any honey. This is honey that has stood the test of millennia, honey that was created when pharaohs still ruled the land. Archaeologists exploring the tombs of long-dead pharaohs stumbled upon a find as remarkable as it was unexpected: jars of honey, still intact after 3,000 years. Honey, it turns out, possesses unique properties that make it resistant to spoilage. Its low water content and acidic pH create an environment inhospitable to bacteria and microorganisms, effectively halting the process of decomposition. A taste of history, preserved by the remarkable chemistry of nature. The shortest war ever. War, a word synonymous with prolonged conflict, with battles that rage for days, weeks, months, even years. But what if I told you that history records a war so short, it barely qualifies as a skirmish? A war that lasted not for years, not for months, but for a matter of minutes. In 1896, on the island of Zanzibar, a dispute erupted between Britain and the Zanzibari Sultanate. The British, eager to assert their dominance, issued an ultimatum to the Sultan, demanding his immediate surrender. The Sultan refused, and at precisely 9 a.m. on August 27th, the British Navy unleashed its might upon the Sultan's palace. The bombardment lasted a grand total of 38 to 45 minutes, at which point the Sultan, realizing the futility of resistance, raised the white flag, marking the end of the shortest war in recorded history. A novel predicted the Titanic's sinking. In the realm of art imitating life, few instances are as chillingly accurate as the tale of the Titanic, and a novel published 14 years before the ill-fated ship even set sail. The novel, titled Futility, told the story of a fictional ocean liner named Titan, a vessel touted as unsinkable, a marvel of engineering. The Titan, just like its real-life counterpart, met a tragic end after colliding with an iceberg on a cold April night. The similarities between the fictional account and the real-life disaster are eerie, to say the least. The size of the ships, the speed at which they were traveling, the time of year, the location of the impact, all eerily similar. Was it a case of life imitating art, or was it something more, a premonition of the disaster that was to come? The answer, like the wreck of the Titanic itself, lies shrouded in mystery. The humble tomato, a staple in kitchens around the world, a key ingredient in countless culinary delights. It's hard to imagine a time when this juicy, vibrant fruit was viewed with suspicion, even fear. But in the 18th century, the tomato was far from a culinary darling. It was in fact considered a harbinger of illness, a poisonous impostor in the Garden of Eden. The fear stemmed from the use of pewter plates, which were common among wealthy Europeans. Pewter contained lead, and the acidic nature of tomatoes caused the lead to leach into the food. Those who consumed tomatoes from these plates often fell ill, leading to the belief that the tomato itself was poisonous. The tomato, once a symbol of abundance, became known as the poison apple, a moniker that reflected the fear and misunderstanding surrounding this misunderstood fruit. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, a portrait that has captivated art lovers for centuries, a face that launched 1,000 interpretations, holds a secret beneath her enigmatic smile. Or rather, the secret lies in what's missing: her eyebrows. Contrary to popular belief, the Mona Lisa wasn't painted without eyebrows. Over the centuries, as the painting underwent numerous cleanings and restorations, the delicate brushstrokes that once defined her eyebrows faded away. The pigments used by Da Vinci, while vibrant, were also delicate, susceptible to the ravages of time and the well-intentioned but ultimately damaging efforts of art restorers. So, the next time you gaze upon the Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile, spare a thought for the missing eyebrows, a subtle reminder of the ephemeral nature of even the greatest works of art. The title of Person of the Year, bestowed by a prominent magazine, is often seen as an honor, a recognition of individuals who have shaped the course of events, for better or for worse. But in 1938, the magazine's choice sparked outrage and controversy, for the person deemed most influential was none other than Adolf Hitler. It's important to note that the award was not an endorsement of Hitler's ideology or actions. Rather, it was a stark recognition of his undeniable influence on the world stage. The editors, in their own words, sought to highlight the man who, for better or for worse, has had the greatest influence on the events of the year. It was a controversial decision, one that continues to be debated to this day, a stark reminder that history is often written by the victors, but its interpretation remains open to scrutiny and debate. The selfie, a ubiquitous feature of modern life, a digital self-portrait that captures our fleeting moments of joy, vanity, or simply the mundane. But long before the advent of smartphones and front-facing cameras, a pioneer of self-portraiture emerged, armed with nothing more than ingenuity and a healthy dose of patience. His name was Robert Cornelius, and in 1839, he achieved what is believed to be the world's first selfie. Cornelius set up his camera, a cumbersome contraption by today's standards, removed the lens cap, and then hurried into the frame. He held his pose for a full minute, an eternity in the world of photography, before covering the lens and securing his place in the evolution of selfies. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, an architectural marvel that seems to defy gravity, a structure frozen in a perpetual state of imminent collapse. But the tower's iconic tilt wasn't part of the original design, nor was it a result of some catastrophic event. The tower's lean began during its construction, a consequence of unstable soil beneath its foundations. As the tower rose, layer by layer, the soft ground beneath began to shift, causing the structure to tilt. Construction was halted for almost a century as engineers grappled with the problem, but the lean persisted. Today, the Leaning Tower of Pisa stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the occasional folly of construction projects. George Washington, the first president of the United States, a figure often depicted with a stoic expression and a set of wooden teeth. The image is so ingrained in popular culture that it's almost sacrilegious to suggest otherwise. But the truth, as is often the case, is far more intriguing. Washington's teeth were indeed in poor shape, but they weren't made of wood. His dentures were crafted from a variety of materials, including gold, ivory, and even human teeth, which were often extracted from slaves and poor citizens. While the materials may seem gruesome by today's standards, they were considered state-of-the-art in Washington's time. Cleopatra lived closer to the iPhone than the pyramids. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of ancient Egypt, a name synonymous with opulence, power, and a love story for the ages. We often perceive historical figures as existing in a distant past, separated from us by an unfathomable gulf of time. But consider this. Cleopatra, who ruled Egypt in the 1st century BC, lived closer to the release of the first iPhone in 2007 than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid, completed around 2560 BC, predates Cleopatra's reign by over 2 millennia. It's a mind-boggling realization that highlights the vastness of time and the relative brevity of even the most remarkable human lives. The Great Wall of China isn't visible from space. The Great Wall of China, a testament to human endeavor, a serpentine structure that snakes its way across the Chinese landscape for thousands of miles. It's often said that the Great Wall is the only human-made structure visible from space, a claim that has been repeated so often that it's taken as fact. However, the truth is far less impressive. While the Great Wall is undoubtedly an impressive feat of engineering, it's not visible from space with the naked eye. Its width, averaging around 20 feet, is simply too narrow to be discerned from such a distance. The Great Wall, while not visible from space, remains an awe-inspiring testament to human ingenuity and a reminder that some of history's most enduring myths are best left earthbound. The Dancing Plague of 1518. In 1518, hundreds of people in Strasbourg suddenly started dancing, non-stop for days. Some even collapsed from exhaustion. Historians think it was caused by mass hysteria or possibly contaminated food, but no one knows for sure. That's a wrap on history's wildest moments. From Napoleon's bunny encounter to the Eiffel Tower's summer growth spurt, history never ceases to amaze. We've journeyed through time, uncovering the unexpected and the unbelievable, revealing just how wild history can be. Which fact blew your mind the most? Was it the shortest war ever fought or the dancing plague of 1518? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're as fascinated by history's hidden corners as I am, hit that subscribe button for more mind-blowing content. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the past because you never know what incredible tales you might uncover.